What we had here at Liverpool is a platform where we did have, we had a business intelligence platform, but it wasn't necessarily a coherent platform, and it didn't provide the user experience that we were looking for, that we wanted to provide to the trust. We were looking for a solution that provided lots of information all in one location, without users having to go and search different repositories, remember to go to one place for one thing, one place for another, and we wanted to be able to provide everything within as few clicks as possible. The existing platform that we had was capable of providing exactly what we wanted, given enough time and resource ploughed into it. My greatest concern was I wanted something that I could deliver rapidly. I could get out there to the organisation with as little configuration as possible, so that my resource could spend their time doing other things that the trust needed. The biggest frustration that we had was about having to do tasks repetitively over and over again, the same tasks, having to email out a report to one particular person because that's the report they wanted at a specific time. By implementing on the Meson-BI framework, we got that 80% pre-built environment we were looking for. We were able to rapidly deploy a fully fledged environment within 8 weeks from engagement to go live, which is exactly what I was looking for. We were able to configure it to exactly our needs whilst presenting a very nice looking interface. It's enabled us to deliver that high quality user experience that we've been going for, that we really wanted to do. Some of the KPI features allow us to rapidly put performance of certain areas at the fingertips of the users without them having to search multiple reports to find them. I suppose some of the benefits that we're seeing now is greater information visibility. So the ability to utilise some of the KPI facilities within Meson-BI has allowed us to very rapidly put refreshed daily data in front of the right people at the right time. So every day at around about 7 o'clock in the morning, the KPI figures are refreshed and available when the operational and clinical staff come in to the office. The full platform, our full BI solution, which we've called Kios, is now available to the entire organisation. Anybody can access it. What we've done is restricted the data layer, so whilst you might be able to access the system and access some reports, some data within those reports, for example patient identifiable data, will be restricted and you couldn't see it. We kicked off the project and we spent a couple of sessions with the Cloud 2 project team and the Trust project team. We got together and we designed how we wanted the interface to look within the confines of the actual Meson-BI architecture. Surprisingly enough, this has been one of the smoothest projects I've ever been involved in. The only real issues that we faced throughout the entire implementation, testing and then go live were purely cosmetic challenges with the interface itself. We were easily able to overcome them, and when there was a cosmetic challenge that we had which we couldn't resolve, the project team responded really quickly and able to get that done. And following go live, we didn't have any serious issues of note, and feedback has been extremely positive across the organisation. The biggest help that we've had from the Cloud 2 project team was their expertise they brought to the table with the products themselves, and their understanding of how the framework worked within our architecture. When we combine that with the knowledge of our team in terms of the organisation and how we wanted to deliver things, it really made that process of design and testing and implementation really easy and really quick. Now that we've deployed Kios across the trust, the organisation is really starting to see the benefits of actually utilising information for its decision making. So there was always questions about, can I have this report, can I have that report? And you try and turn that around as quickly as you can, and people might look at some information that was a couple of months out of date and make decisions on it. Now we're able to provide information on a daily basis into the hands of the people that need it, so that they can make decisions within a day or two of the information being available instead of a month or two. And because all that's automated, the team are now able to focus on doing far more complicated and advanced analytics work. They can look at predictive analytics. They can focus on providing greater clarity on the information that's provided. One of the projects that we've got underway at the moment is to look at patients who are at the highest risk of being readmitted into the trust. So we have an open algorithm from the King's Fund. We've tweaked it to utilise the trust data, looking at the patients who are, again, at the highest risk of being readmitted within a certain time period. In our scenario, it's 28 days. And then challenging the clinical colleagues to see what we can do differently with those patients, to see if we can prevent them coming back into the hospital. My role has always been about looking at the art of the possible. Probably the biggest challenges and issues that I faced prior to deploying the solution was one of the organisation not knowing that information can be available to them and not asking the right questions. Staff in the organisation are really starting to focus on asking the right question because they know the information's available. They know where they can go and get it, and they are starting to consume it. So the biggest challenge that we now face is making sure that we can respond to all of the individual requests that are coming in for a report for this, analytical resource for that. People are really switched on now to what's available to them, and there's definitely an understanding that if we record the data somewhere within the trust, we should be able to get at it and do something with it, and that hasn't previously been understood. We're getting some very basic comments back from some people saying this looks great, I like it. Some other feedback that we've got back from some consultants are telling me how much they like the fact that their information's all in one place, that they can log into the system, and through running a single report they're now able to access a plethora of information that they couldn't previously do all in one place, such as their outpatient information, inpatient information, mortality rates, readmission rates, things like that. Operationally, we're seeing a lot of staff use the system, and they're telling us how much they like it. Again, it's information at their fingertips. They're telling us that they can get at the information they need a lot quicker and a lot easier.